This is a 2004 Honda Odyssey EX, and today I'm going to try to diagnose where the noise coming from my power steering. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this off first, and then I'm going to start the engine and let you hear the noise. Okay, so I'm going to take 4 bolts out using 10mm. I'm using a 1/4 inch, with 2 extensions, so it's a little long. Easy to get it out. Okay, 10mm bolt, 1/4 inch ratchets. I'm going to take 4 bolts, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so after I got 4 bolts loose, as you can see, I just leave the bolt in there. I'm just going to lift this up. Okay, so be careful. There's 4 bolts losing, that way it won't drop on you. So I'm just going to lift this up and remove this thing. Okay, so after I removing that, here's power steering. Here's a high pressure hose right here. It might have an air leak in this O-ring or this inlet one. Okay, this inlet one here, there's a bolt underneath there. Pretty hard to see, but there's a bolt directly underneath this this thing. Okay, and this hose gonna go to the reservoir. Okay, so I checked the fluid and it's all good. It's hard to see because it's kind of like cloudy, but it's right at the level. All right, so let's start this baby up and see where that noise coming from. So right now I don't hear that noise. Okay, I don't hear it yet, but that noise will make this really weird sound. And it's coming from here, and if you put your hand here, you can feel the vibration when it makes noise. Because right now it's not making that noise. I don't know if it shows clearly. The fluid is it's at the proper level. Okay, right there on top. Right, and it looked like it's got a tornado going on inside there. I don't know if it showed clearly on the camera. Okay, start making that noise. It's not bad right now, but it's getting worse. Hear that? It's getting louder. So you put your hand here, you can feel that vibration. You hear that? And it's going to get louder. Okay, it's going to get louder than that. You can see it's got bubble, and it looked like there's a tornado going on in there. Okay, you see a bubble. So it looks like I got an air leak somewhere. Okay, so I'm going to try to find out where the leak coming from. Alright, so as you can see, when I turn off the engine, this reservoir here, you see the bubble is foaming. Okay, so apparently it draw in air somewhere, but it doesn't show any leaks, and that's what's so strange about this case. Alright. Okay, I think I found it. Okay, I'm using a Radiator pressure kit. Okay, so it's pretty hard to do it by yourself. Basically, there's an adapter that looks like this. Okay, I call this a plug adapter. So I put it on. This black thing is made out of rubber. I put it on, I hook it on, and I pump it to about 5 psi on here. Okay. on the green scale there, say number 5 right there. Okay, I pump it and you can see I can see the fluid zipping out of here. Okay, right there. So it looked like I have a this O-ring need to be changed. Okay. All right, so I have a helper holding the camera. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, yeah, show this real quick. So what I'm gonna do is I have one hand pushing down on this plug to the power steering reservoir. Okay, hold it like that. The other hand pump. So I only got so my hand is occupied. Okay, but pay attention to that spot right there. Right there, okay? As I pump it, you're gonna see oil oozing out. See that? So it's about 5 psi, okay? And the oil oozing out, so it's leaking right there. Okay, so I'm gonna check. It looks like that connector's still good. The discharge one looked dry. So with the discharge side on here. Okay, so it looked like I have to replace the inlet O-ring right there. But usually they sell this like the whole set. So I'm gonna buy the inlet and the outlet. Alright, so this is pretty handy tools. Designed for Radiator, but you know, you can use this to troubleshoot the power steering system. Okay, so anyway, while I'm waiting for the parts to come in, I'm gonna see if I can utilize these kit. This is the you know, the standard side. This is a metric, to see if the any of these O-ring fix. So I can drive my car right away rather than wait for it to come in. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this thing off because it looks like it's going to be in the way. So I turn it a quarter turn with the screwdriver, flat screwdriver, and I just lift it up, lift it out like that. Alright, place this aside. Alright, so the bolt looked like it's pretty hard to see, so it looked like I might have to loosen the tension of this belt and then lift the pump up so I can see the bolt, because right now the position it's in is pretty hard to get in. Okay, so with a 10mm 3A socket, very short extension, okay, 3A ratchet, I just loosened that bolt right there, that underneath this. See where my finger is at? Doesn't show in. Okay, that bolt right there where my finger is at, I just loosened that. And then next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to loosen this right here with the deep socket. This one here, 12mm. Okay, that bolt down there I just loosened is also 12mm. Okay, so I'm using a deep socket. So I don't have a deep millimeter socket for the 3/8 dryer. I'm using a 1/2 inch 3/8 to 1/2 inch drive adapter, and using a 1/2 inch drive socket. Okay, 12mm. So basically, you're doing this, all you're doing is losing your belt, your dry belt, so you can move this pump, okay, to the position where you can get access to that bolt. So I'm going to try to lose this thing all the way up, like so. Okay, I'm not going to take it all the way out. I'm going to lose it all the way up like that. Now, I can push the pump down, remove the belt out of there. Okay, and now what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to lift this thing so I can see that bolt right down there. Okay, I don't know if you can see that bolt right there. Okay, let me take this thing up. Okay, I don't know if you can see the bolt right underneath there. Okay, it's right underneath there. It's pretty hard to see. Okay, see that bolt right there? Okay, pretty hard to see right underneath there. So I found the easiest way just to tie this all the way down. That way the pump kind of like lifting upward. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the rag underneath there, and I'm going to remove this hose so it get out of the way. All right. Next thing I'm going to try to do is remove this hose out of the way here. That way it's easy to see. Okay, break that hose loose. And I'm going to slide this out, so I expect some fluid going to come out. There you go, there's some fluid coming out. I'm going to tilt this upward so stop the fluid from running out. Okay, so with a 10mm, okay, I was able to slide it in underneath like that, put it on that bolt. Okay, I was able to put on that bolt right there, and then push it down toward the ground to break that bolt loose. Okay, now it's losing. As you can see, this thing is losing out. So I'm gonna try to take that bolt down. And there it is. Okay, using two hands, unscrew that bolt, and there's the bolt right there. And there's the O-ring that I'm gonna try to replace. Okay, anyway, come to this part of the video. For whatever happened, my camera stopped recording. Okay, but there's the O-ring is coming out of that power steering pump. Okay, the inlet side. And so the kit that I'm using, if you follow me, I use this kit to fix the spray pump. Okay, so I'm using size Romeo Tap 08. Okay, so there's the section, I guess, the inside diameter is supposed to be 11mm. I got no idea what that section is. I guess that's a thickness, I guess. Okay, but anyway, R08. Okay, and you can find that right here, right there on top. Okay, so if I zoom it in, you should see the word R08 right there. Okay, and that's what I use. What I did is I took this out, and I put it on that piece right there, the inlet piece, and I lubricated it with the power steering fluid, and then I was able to slide this thing in. Okay, so as you can see, it's a little bit thick. Okay, but this will do the job. All right, see, compare side by side. This is the old one over here. Okay, so this one here is a little thicker. Okay, smaller on the inside diameter, but it will do the job. All right, so Romeo Tac 08 in this matrix O-ring kit that you can buy at Harbor Freight. All right. Okay, if I have to redo this thing again, I will mark it before I pull this thing out. That way, when you put it in, it fit in that position so that bolt hole align. Okay, because what I have to do is I have to use this inspection mirror here, put it underneath here, and align that bolt hole so I can get this bolt started. Okay, this is probably the trickiest one because I put one finger down on this end, the other index finger put it on this end right here. Okay, and then try to rotate it. Okay, so you don't have a lot of room down here. Okay, so I was able to get the boat started. So now what I'm going to do, using a 10mm, I'm going to tighten this thing down with a wrench. Okay, so I got the boat started, screwed in, and I'm going to tie it down with this wrench. Okay, so as you can see, it's very slow moving process here, simply because you don't have a lot of room down here. Alright, so I was able to get my hand in there, start the screw, and tighten it down with a 10mm. Okay, don't tighten it too tight, okay? Just a good snug, because these are aluminum, okay? And that bolt right there is just hold the O-ring. So the sealing part is an O-ring, okay? And after that, now I'm going to hook this hose back on. Right, so of course you want to inspect to see the hose still good. If it needs replacement, then you're going to replace it, okay? So hose on all the way. I'm going to use a hose clamp on my finger. Boy, I feel strong today. Okay, so I like to put this hose clamp back where it was, like that. All right. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hook this belt on, and I'm going to actually I'm going to loosen this because the belt not going to be fit. Okay, so I'm going to lose this all the way out, hook the belt back on. Okay, so this is a 12mm. I'm going to lose it out all the way so I can slide the belt back on. Okay. Like so. See how the power steering moving? Okay. Okay, don't take this all the way out, okay? Just do the top like that. Push it down, and now with the other hand, I'm going to slide this belt on, like so. Okay? Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tighten this up. Okay, so I tie this tension up. Okay, so the way I use is, find the length of the belt there and put your finger in the middle there and press it. It should be moved around a 1/4 inch. Okay, 1/2 inch is too loose, so it should flex about a 1/4 inch. Okay, that's my rule of thumb. Okay, so anyway, after you have this thing tight, the next thing I'm going to do is tie down that bolt where my finger is right there. Okay, so with the 12mm shortest extension, okay, and a ratchet, it will fit perfectly in there, like so. Okay, if you put a ratchet on this side, it kind of like touching the pulley. Okay, so switch it on this side. One hand hold on to that head of the ratchets, the other hand, push it down to tighten. Okay, so once you have this tight, now what I'm going to do is, okay, so the hose hook on, everything hook on. Okay, so I'm by myself now, and what I use is the same pressure test. I push it in, and I don't see any leak come out of there. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start up the engine, and I'm using the genuine Honda fluid right there. Okay. And I'm going to keep my eye on that. If it, expect some fluid loss. So, let's hope that will eliminate the noise. All right. Okay, here I am back in the car. Let me see. Ooh, I don't hear a noise. Looks like that solved the noise problem. Let me see. Okay, it looks like a whirlpool down there. Still got a little bubble there, you can see. But eventually, most important thing is if that thing don't leak, then it's good to go. Okay, so I don't know if you can see the fluid level is right where it's supposed to be. Okay, we're on the upper level right there. Got a whirlpool going on in there. Hey, looks like that noise is going away. So I'm gonna test drive it around and let you know. Okay. Okay, so I let the engine warm up, and coming out here, I don't hear that noise anymore. Okay. Okay. Still see a whirlpool down there. So I'm gonna turn off the engine to see if this thing's foaming. Okay, the engine is off. Look at that, no foaming. Okay. Okay, just a little bubble that looked like it blew itself out. So I think that fixed the problem. Okay, so to put this back on, all right, make sure that this little thing right here underneath here, there's a clip. Okay, make sure that clip go into that hole right there, like so. Okay, and then align this pin up like so. Okay, and that clip you should be able to push this thing all the way down so it hold it in place. Okay, and using this big flat screwdriver, just give it a 1/4 turn clockwise to you know, to engage the clip. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put this thing back on. Okay, so I didn't take all the bolt out, so all the bolt's still there. On this one here, they give you this inspection hole. If you're looking at it, you can align that bolt into that hole right here. Okay, this bolt right here, this bolt, I don't know if it show good on my camera there. You can align there and using this inspection hole. Okay, I think that's why they make this hole. Okay, once it's aligned, 10 millimeter. Okay, make sure this one go in first because the rest of them is easier. So once you have this thing in, don't tighten it all the way yet. Start with this one. Okay, once it's aligned, you can tell because you can't pull them back out. And then last one. Once it's all in, start tightening them down. Okay, so these don't have to be super tight. Okay, just give them a good snug. These are just mounting. It's not affect engine performance or anything like that, but you don't want it loose. Okay, so just give it a good snug. Okay, so I took it out for a test drive. As you can see, the engine is warming up. I drive a couple blocks, and I don't hear that noise from the inside of the car anymore. Let's check the outside. Okay, there it is. No noise. Okay, so the problem is fixed. That's all I got for this video. Thank you very much for watching and have a wonderful day. Bye.